To the Doom City of Granitegard here on the Guardtower Presents. This is our weekly fantasy action roleplay adventure that we do. We stream Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. on Twitch, and then we upload to YouTube on Fridays.
Yeah.
And the best way to find out about episodes that we have done in the past and everything that has to do with the Doom City of Granitegard would be to head over to our Linktree page. And Linktree is linktr.ee/dcog. Once again, that is linktr.ee/dcog. For those of you that are watching, you can see it right there on the screen as well. You can find links to the Guardtower's Twitch channel, their YouTube, as well as links to our Patreon, our X, and most importantly, our Discord channel, where you can talk to the cast and crew of the show. Let us know what you think about that.
If you're lucky.
And if you're lucky. And now, there are
He's like, please don't scare them.
So if you think you got what it takes, head on over to our Discord channel there, and you want to look for the announcements there. If you don't see announcements, make sure you head into the setup menu there and click on Show All Channels, and then you can pop over, see the way you can apply, and we'd like to hear from you on that. Tonight, we've got minis from our friend Chris Wolfgang over at Glittering Cave Studios, as well as Tony Thepison. We're using Warlock tiles on our map today, and we have some additional map items by our friend Chris Fields to kind of spice things up. And if you're interested in roleplay, fantasy games, cyberpunk games, they've got Warhammer, they've got strategy game, card games, dice games, and dice. Amazing amounts of dice. All the dice you could shake a stick at there.
Game dice.
Yes. All the dice. All the dice. Yes, game dice.
How I spend my Saturday.
So, how do you get to the Guardtower? Well, there's the east location off of 270, right there on Main Street. Super easy to pop off the freeway and head over there. And the new location is going to be over here off of Hilliard Rome Road and Nike Drive, which will be opening up here, we believe, at the end of February, beginning of March on that. I'm working hard right now to get that open, so definitely pop by and see that. It's going to have a massive storeroom and a huge gaming floor where you can meet some new friends or find people that share your hobbies. What's that again?
The gaming room is huge.
Huge, exactly on that. So it's you can't make it over to the Guardtower in person. You can always stop by theguardtower.com. Once again, that is theguardtower.com. Take a look at everything they've got there, as well as their community of gamers and stuff. So head on over to the Guardtower. Tonight we also have our music featuring by our friends over at Pocket Bard. And Pocket Bard you can pick up today at the Apple App Store or Google Play. Simple to use, and it's got all kinds of sound effects on there, various genres of music. You can blend in and out of combat, exploration, the whole 9 yards. So super easy on that end of things. I think that pretty much covers what I had to say.
Yes.
Is there anything that I missed, anybody? Anything exciting that you got to share? All right. You have probably noticed this evening, our regular player Yip Yip is not in, Hadley, and we are wishing you well, and we will see you next week. But I guess it's time to head over to our intro, and then we can throw some dice tonight, all right? So we'll see you after the intro.
Once the seat of economic and political power in the Northern Territories, the city of Granitegard fell in one catastrophic moment of terror and bloodshed. In the quiet hours of the night, the massive granite mesa that served as the city's namesake exploded violently, the debris reducing entire swaths of the city to ruin. Before the inhabitants could even comprehend what had happened, they were blindsided by an army of monstrosities surging from the sewers and into the city streets. The militia valiantly attempted to protect the fleeing citizens, but their efforts were futile against the overwhelming tide of bloodthirsty creatures. And in the midst of the chaos, the city gates slammed shut, turning Granitegard into a death trap for anyone that remained behind the high, fortified walls that had been meant to protect them. For over a decade, it has stood as silent as a tomb, and shrouded in a perpetual mist. No one has entered, and nothing human has ever come out. That is, until now. 12 years to the day since the fall of Granitegard, the Trader's Gate has opened. The news has spread like wildfire across the human crescent, and like a siren's call, fortune hunters from far and wide have been drawn by the possibility of untold riches lying just inside the city walls, daring the foolish and the brave to risk it all at a chance of wealth beyond their wildest dreams. It has also stirred the interest of old rivals. With no one from the original bloodline to claim the mantle of leadership of Granitegard, plans are forming in the dark. Powerful forces seek to play their games of state, as the lives of everyone in the north hangs in the balance. And in the midst of this all, 6 strangers have been drawn to Granitegard by something other than riches or power. Their destiny is tied to the events surrounding the fall of the city. Each of them must confront the past in order to find a way forward. Each of them must search for answers in the doomed city of Granitegard.
Welcome back. Before we hop into tonight's adventure, we're going to take a little look back and catch ourselves up here. So where we had last left off with our heroes, they had made their way out of Granitegard through a mysterious portal in the collapsing library and found themselves in the home of a planar hag known as Helen. And while some of the party members acquired some fancy new digs after bathing in magma, other characters made new friends or actually met old friends, like a very happy rogue that was eager to see the Reverend once again. While they did learn a few mysteries while they were with Helen, unfortunately, it did open up the door to quite a few more intriguing questions that they had. And when the situation was over, Helen returned them to Granitegard, but this time just outside of the new town at the old abandoned buildings. Just about this time, they ran into an Antherian soldier that
A not creepy soldier.
a not creepy soldier.
That's
We didn't know quite yet that he had been watching them in a non-creepy way. At this point,
I would still have doubt.
Yeah.
who brought them to the Antherian
That
camp.
was a cool spyway.
This is a very cool spyway. He brought them over to the Antherian camp,
Is it?
and that is the army from the south. That is the army from the south that had arrived at that point. They looked to be trying to come to a head there with the Concordance forces, and they met the leader of the Antherians, which is a man known as Exotaurus. They also met Vaughn's sister there, who seemed most unhappy to run into Vaughn. And at this point, the Antherians made it very clear that if Vaughn could prove his status, they would back him in his claim for the throne. And our heroes, as they sat down to discuss that, Damon also followed Vaughn's sister out to the camp and saw that she was having a conversation with Melancholic, or at least that's who you believe it was. It was the woman that said.
It was dark.
It was quite dark. Echo was able to watch through Sky's eyes at that point in time. So the two of them seemed most disturbed by that. And as they return to the tower is where we pick up tonight. Tarquin has gone to see Gildan at the base of the tower while the rest of the party has gone upstairs. And again, right where we left off, Damon and Echo had just revealed that they had seen Bashira talking with the woman in black. And it's here where we pick up tonight. As the party had arrived to the garrison tower, Tarquin had gone to see Gildan, while the rest of the party went upstairs to their private chambers to have a conversation. And it is here that Damon and Echo revealed the information that they had acquired about Bashira. So, Damon, Echo, let's go ahead and pick up where you had left off there.
No, that can't be right. That she is stubborn, but she would not stoop to such levels. You must have seen something else. You must have seen something else. Anything else.
Vaughn, she was willing to throw you away.
She must have something.
Maybe
Above-
corrupted, but I mean, she's a powerful being. This is completely in the realm of possibility that she manipulated your sister. She was how old when you last saw her?
It's just a child.
Exactly. There are vulnerable people at the whims of people like her. Your sister's no different. She's no better. I'm sorry, but this is the truth.
You're positive this is what you saw, Damon?
Exactly.
What did she say?
Well, she's not happy that you're back. But Melancholic said you have your part to play in all of this before she takes the throne. It sounds like she wants your sister to take the throne.
Well, that would certainly make things easier for her.
I fear she may be a puppet in all of this.
We all have a part to play. She keeps speaking of this. I'm tired of feeling as if we are just pawns being moved about this board without capabilities of making decisions ourselves.
Well, I agree. So the only thing we can do is be the wild card. Do what no one would expect.
What's that?
Destroy the keystone. No? Okay. Just
Let's roll it back
yeah,
just a little bit.
yeah, okay, all right. Too wild. It's too wild. I see. I understand.
I'm not just telling tales. I know I'm prone to, but I know I mean it. I feel tired of being blessed by destiny, or however you like to call it, but we make our own decisions and we need to take control of the matter. I don't know exactly how to do that, but I suspect we'll figure it out.
This doesn't have to end in the worst case scenario. There may be a way to redeem, save something for your sister, but we have to do what's necessary if it comes to it. I need to know that you're prepared for that if it comes to blows.
Echo, are you asking me if I'm prepared to kill my sister if it comes to that?
Yes.
I think that
he
preparedness
looks
might take
sunken.
time.
I'm very much trying to avoid Damon's glance during this line of
I mean, we
conversation.
do have somebody who's really good at killing family members. I'm just like, you know.
It is the worst case scenario, the worst thing you could possibly do, but I'm afraid that for everyone else who isn't with us, her being in power over you could be even more terrible.
Echo's right.
I think that it might be a good idea to reveal this information to people we just spoke to, because they're trying to put her on the throne. And if they don't know she's corrupt.
They won't believe us. That's the issue. It was
How
I
do you
and
know?
Echo that saw it alone.
And also, it sounded like the bishop had put them up to it, and I know that we're a little worried about corruption in the church. And
The Antheria are pretty.
Full stop.
yes, that's
The
right.
Antheria are pretty warlike as well. I'm somewhat concerned that even if they did believe us, that they might just kill her.
No matter what decisions she has made, she is still my little sister. And I will do. I'm like looking very focused into Echo, like this is his response to you. And I will do everything within my power to protect her. But I will do what is best for Granitegard.
Well, I think what's best for Granitegard is to have you on the throne. So we need to find this paperwork.
What's best for Granitegard is to ensure we take care of what we are meant to be taken care of. Petty squabbles for who sits on a chair, it's not why we are here.
It's not petty. Someone could get on that throne who does not have Granitegard's best interests, and you do.
Right now. I agree with you there. Yeah, I understand. We have less than 10 days now before our new friends that we've just met march into Newtown and decide who is righteous and who is not. I am not going forward to collect those documents to ensure my seat. I'm going forward to make sure we have say on what happens to those poor people.
I am ambivalent at best about the monarchy. As I've said, this is no offense to you or your family, Vaughn, but as I have said before, the situation prior to the fall of Granitegard was not very good for a lot of folks. Now, I believe that you can do better, but you're right. We are not going to let them march in and hurt folks. So, if finding these documents and installing you into power, that's what does that, then that's what we got to do.
I would like to just point out that these wars, these conflicts that we're working to protect or prevent are pointless if Melancholic wins. So
Exactly.
we need to keep our eyes focused on that first and foremost before any politics.
It's true. I wish that we could get them to understand that.
It's They don't need to know. They just need to, like, this is a burden we take. And Vaughn, we will do everything we can to make sure that your sister at least survives this. I just wanted to know how far you'd go for the greater good.
What if we need more than this group here to kill Malacindas? What if we need an army? I think that we should tell them.
Anna? Skeech?
Mary, you're not wrong, but one step at a time. Best case scenario, yeah, they realize what's going on, believe us, and help. Worst case is it spurs them into action early, and with no clear person to kind of direct those walls of swords and spears, they'll just go, and that's not going to help anybody.
How many people, DM, do you think are in Newtown? Do we have a sense of a rough number?
There are approximately, including George's forces, about 5,000 of the Concordance.
I mean civilians.
Civilians within inside the walls, probably 2,500 to about 3,500, somewhere within there.
I have an idea. It could buy us some time. We could use former Thieves Guild members to try to spread the word and try to evacuate the city before a battle could ensue. Where they would go, I don't know. Alternatively, I have a less savory use of our new allies that we could also try to do.
What does that mean?
These people are masters of disguise. They are skilled at infiltration. We could seed them into one or both of the assembled armies.
Well, hold on, Rev. We already know those other guys are hidden all around Newtown anyway.
In a very not creepy kind of observational
It
manner.
doesn't matter. My point is, if you bring people in there to replace or infiltrate, if we accidentally get somebody who's already doing that, that's only going to complicate things.
At least someone who could warn us or warn the townspeople if an attack was approaching. At least let me tell them to keep their eyes open.
I think I've let the reunion with a lost family member blind me from making reasonable decisions. He glances around the room and realizes that multiple people here have recently lost family. And I think I agree we should take this one day at a time and one step at a time. Reverend, I think your heart is in the right place. I think it wise to spread the word. I would trust sending information to Wyatt. I believe he will know what to do and what is best, and to be able to circulate information, maybe have a group of individuals of yours selecting connect with Wyatt. For us, the task is simple. We've been told we must collect proof if this is what they need, and Mary, I'm sorry. No one we have met in recent weeks have I fully felt like we can trust. And these new individuals have pledged their aid, but it comes with stipulations. I want to see their actions. I want to see if there is merit behind the words. Before I share this burden that we share with them.
What if there's not time for that?
If there's not time for that, then we're already lost.
The way I see it is if we find your documentation, we make you king, we have an army. Melisindus doesn't stand a chance. That is my number one priority. That is the clear path. I don't see any other way.
Mary, it's not Vaughn's arm.
They pledged themselves to him.
They pledged people. Maybe that's Vaughn, but we get his documentation. We say Vaughn is king. We're the army.
There is still blood to shed. The Concordance will not let this ride simply.
Well,
Please, Reverend.
I agree. The Concordance is probably not going to leave willingly. That's why we, at that point, might have to engage in, like I said, some less savory methods like assassination, mind control.
Could we, if just like a little further down, could we just forge the documents? You know,
We could try.
we skip right to assassination. Though I do think there's merit. I don't think we should take it off the table.
I'm sorry, don't mistake me for being bloodthirsty, but I grow very weary of the Concordance forces lined up outside of Newtown, threatening the people we've sworn to protect on the one side, and this new group lined up on the other side. So perhaps I'm being a bit rash.
Oh,
I've tried to explain to you guys multiple times, but it's still... You've been in there, but you haven't seen the gravity of what it is. So if we get an army, that's great. That's not gonna be the deciding factor. There are things in that city. There are numbers in that city. We saw the boats. They're just growing every day. Yeah. We're gonna need a lot of people, and a lot of people are gonna die.
And to support Reverend's idea here, the enemies we're going up against are not playing by any rules. They're using whatever they have capable to destroy us. If we're ordering soldiers that are declared for countries and following the rules of moral and political climates, we're at a disadvantage already. So I'm of the opinion that having a small group that we can control, we can keep track of, and we can utilize fully is better than sending a bunch of people to their deaths as Vaughn's first order.
Maybe, and hear me out on this, maybe what you overheard Melisindus speaking of, maybe there was wisdom to this. She says, I have a role to play, we have a role to play. Maybe she's not too far off.
What does that mean?
We will need people. We will need an army. We will need their aid to contend with the Concordance. I think Melisindus falls by our hands or no one's hands. I think you're right to an extent, Mary, but I don't think we're bringing an army against Melisindus. I think we're leaving an army at our back so we can do what we need to do.
Hold down the fort.
I don't mean to be somebody who's not grateful for the support that we could get, but if Melisindus has your sister, who else does she have in there?
The thoughts crossed my mind.
Well, that gets back to the only people we can trust are in this room. Which does bring up the question of our new friend Tarkin. Can we trust him?
Well, there's one way to find out.
I mean, he's very handsome, and as we've all learned, very handsome people aren't very trustworthy.
I don't know if I would agree with that.
That is not
Yeah, who are you talking about?
Just just don't be confused by his masculine charms, his tallness, and his square jawline.
Very strong.
yeah, he did. Yeah.
Well, I think he was letting both of them around, actually.
Oh.
You sound like you're jealous.
He's very tall.
Yeah,
too.
Reverend, do you have a crush?
Nah, just admiration.
Of course, of course.
Well, we should probably go fetch him at some point to see where he is, but
Well, I told Gildan to keep an eye on him.
Are we gonna have a hazing? I think we should haze him.
What does that mean?
It's where we make him do ridiculous stuff to show that he's trustworthy and he's he's part of the group.
Like where Echo's clown nose?
Yeah, we gotta be mean to him to
you could
show him that we like him.
Oh,
yeah.
like when I met you guys and Damon tried to kill me?
Oh,
Yeah, like that. That was kind of like hazing.
Form of hazing, yeah.
I'm sure as a soldier, he's
I don't think we should do that. That was awful.
I would like.
Water under the bridge now.
Don't you talk to me about water.
Damn it. I do want to ask, before we're done with this conversation, if we're going to do all that we can to help Von Sister, it seems like you're the only one who could actually keep up. Have you ever even encountered somebody else other than your family that can do this?
No.
Like, what can you tell us of what she had to go through to even have these powers?
I don't know if she went through the same thing I did.
What did you go through?
Damon, if you know, I'd like to know what she went through.
It looks like she's directly working with Melisandus, so it could have been different. I went through years and years of torture and pain to get where I am. I think it's different for her.
Makes me wonder if your powers aren't somehow drawn from the same source, though.
I don't know, I just learned them.
I'm sorry you had to learn that, Damon.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's okay to be not fine, though.
Well, I bring this up to say that I think more than ever we need you. That's all.
I mean, I can try.
That's really all we can ask.
I think that's going to be enough. I mean, listen. Look at how far we've come. Look at the enemies that we've defeated. Look at how our power's grown. Vaughn, you can shoot lightning bolts out of your hands and raise the dead. Mary, you can conjure a blender of holy energy.
Wow, what a description.
I would never want to be on the wrong end of your warhammer.
Oh, stop.
Skeech, your alchemical concoctions and your bombs, brilliant.
Speaking of, Damon, I got something to show you later.
Echo, you and Sky, you're a tactician.
Spider monkey.
And you're very good at climbing. I almost forgot about that. Damon, you can walk through shadows. I've never met anyone who could do the things that we can do. So I think you're right. If someone is going to be able to defeat Melisandus, it's us. And I believe with every fiber of my being, I believe it more than anything that I've ever believed anything else before, which perhaps is not saying much, but it's true.
I like that nightmare thing you do with people's minds.
Oh, the blanket.
Yeah. Also, the giant ape was very cool.
Yeah.
I'm working on a couple other ones too.
When? When?
I do stuff.
I have hobbies.
You talk about it all the time, all the stuff you've done.
Yeah, I'm a man of many talents, you know?
I mean, yeah. All right.
Oh, that reminds me. And I'm gonna pull a notebook from my belt. The zoo. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
I think I might have been at Rooster while he was doing this.
Yes, you were.
Thanks. You did this for me?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Why is everybody staring at
No,
us?
nothing. It was just there was a spider on the wall behind you. That's all.
I thought you got all the things.
I got the big ones.
As Damon's icy shell seems to melt a little bit there. There's a at your door. Lord Vaughn, we need. There's some people. You need to come downstairs, please.
What now?
I thought I was in charge of the tower.
Oh.
I'm gonna pout.
Each of you like to open the door.
I can't reach the handle.
If only you had a jerking of handiness.
Just slowly opens the door, but make sure Skeech is like pushed to where they're the ones to respond.
You can see one of the members of the tower here looking quite nervous. And well, Sir Skeech, you as well. But I think all of you should come. Most of you should come. And Yip Yip in particular.
Explain.
We've got a lot of guests.
We got a meeting going on. What do you mean a lot of guests? Do we need like dinner prep?
I think it's more like her. And he points over to Yip Yip as she's standing there looking quite confused at this point. Like all of them, I think.
Are they like a hive swarm?
We haven't let them out of the stairwell yet, but
Echo, you said they're like bees, right? Maybe there was a new queen. I think the hive split.
the guy looks very, very nervous as you're saying that.
Gotta be careful.
Would you please accompany me? I do believe this is something for you to address, as you are.
Yvonne, why don't you meet me at the top of the stairs?
I step into your office. Yeah.
That's a long way down those stairs. I'd be careful.
That's a spiral.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Much like a lot of our adventures.
Yes, that's.
More All right, well, let's
I assume we all.
Yep.
Yeah.
As they take you down to the base of the tower, where the stairwell ends, the secret painting has been moved to the side, and you can see there are a ton of kobold heads kind of poking out at this point. And several of the guards are kind of holding them back. They look at you and they're like, should we let them in? And as you do so,
Let them in.
the kobolds begin pouring out and pouring out and pouring out.
Like by the dozens, by the thousands? What are we talking about here?
Good.
But as you guys are, well, if you're trying to keep a head count, several hundred of them come out of there.
Wow.
And finally, about towards the end of it, there are several of the guards that are carrying the Alpha Mother on a stretcher. And she looks very much the worse for the wear. And she's definitely still alive. She looks up to you. She's like, I apologize, sir. We have to relocate. The Forge Master came.
What?
what?
And at that point, her eyes just kind of close a bit, and she's not. You can see from the stains on the rags that she's wrapped up with that she has definitely taken serious damage.
Mary, can you help?
Yeah, sure.
Yip is quite beside herself as she stares at the Alpha Mother. She takes her hand and just kind of rests her face against her chest.
I run over to Mary, and I want to help.
Okay.
And I take your hand.
I'm gonna do preserve life on her and give her 20 hit points.
You cast Preserve, you invoke the Preserve Life prayer, and it definitely knits a good number of her wounds, and you can hear her breathing become much less labored. She still appears to be asleep. Maybe the blood loss might have had something to do with that at this point for recovery. And Yip looks to you like, where can we take her? And right now there are kobolds everywhere at this point.
Basement's clear.
Is there enough space?
Serendipitous.
But you guys can move rock, right?
Do we have any
They're both
bodies
nod their
down
heads.
there we need to hide?
Go down the
I think the
stairs.
spiders ate them.
Metaphor.
Do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
Several of the kobolds talk amongst themselves, and they move down the stairs, as Skeech has said, and you can hear a very strange melody from down below. And there's some grinding and crushing sounds as well. Not quite like the barbershop quartet there, but
That's what I heard.
if that's what you felt you heard.
More like bum bum.
It takes several hours for them to shift and move the rock about as it needs to be, which at that point in time the kobolds again have pretty much spilled everywhere across the courtyard and such like that. Gildan,
You set up like
as you and Tarquin are there, you see small kobolds pouring out of the front of the garrison tower itself and begin milling about, looking quite confused. They wander over towards your fire.
Hands to yourself, please. Hands in pockets.
Is this normal?
Well, for these people, yes. Yes, this is pretty normal. Yes. People. I meant for the people in the tower. This kind of stuff happens here all the time.
Understand. Anyway, back to business. Are you sure these are full-weight great swords? They seem awfully light.
I mean, maybe for you when he looks up at you as he's talking, but for a standard person, yes, this is the normal.
Imagine Gildan would stand up like a box.
So as Gildan and Tarquin are showing the gun show there. All right, moving back inside the tower. The stone singers come up and they let you know that they do believe there should be enough room to keep the tower's structure in its place, but also allow for the kobolds to have a bit of a sanctuary within your tower. Yip Yip, again, has been with the Alpha Mother. She has not opened her eyes back up, but gathering the information from the kobolds, it appears that the Forge Master's forces located the hive and basically collapsed the ceiling to get their mechanized units inside there. They seem to be all constructs of some nature. They do not appear to be anything organic whatsoever in them. And they were simply just plucking kobolds left, right, and center and bagging them up to take them with them. Versigalis Rex was not there. He currently is away. He finds something for the Alpha Mother's pre-existing condition. And so she and the kobolds put up as best fight as they possibly could, but at the end, it was a losing proposition. And they fled through the only way they knew at this point, which was through that escape hatch, and then down the tunnel, and they tripped the seal to close it up at that point, because otherwise they were afraid that the forces of the Forge Master would follow them through the tunnel.
That was good thinking.
We pledged to keep them safe, so this is the only reason we'll think to become.
If this wasn't reason enough, I can't hear paperwork. This tower may not be safe for very long.
Nothing's gonna be safe for very long.
Should we be... Revenge has not served us well on our journey, but should we not go find the Forge Master and make them pay for what they've done?
Rev, not that easy.
I don't think
Nothing we've done is
revenge is
easy.
number one on my list right now.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. It's not that they're hard to find. It's getting there.
What do you mean?
Did you see how many of those kobolds came out?
Yes.
Those are just the ones that made it out. You just want to walk through Granitegard to one of these heads that Melisandus has. Try to just deal with them.
We have to be strategic.
Yeah, kinda.
It's safe to assume that the decisions being made by the opposing forces are being made to evoke feelings that you just expressed. It's the most logical thing. They've attacked those who are close to us, those that we have sworn to assist and protect. It makes sense for us to go after them, but we have to be thoughtful. We have to be careful, we have to be cautious.
I don't want to be thoughtful, and I'm not very cautious, even though caution is my middle name. Look, they've hurt our friends, they've hurt us. We can't keep hiding.
It's not going to be productive to just barge in there like a bull in a china closet. You're just going to create destruction. It's not going to have the effect that you're looking for.
Destruction
It's
is
just going to
exactly
get you
what
killed.
Not if I kill them first.
I don't think it's going to be that simple.
No,
Right.
probably end badly, but that's what I want to do.
Rev,
No.
we go there. All right.
That's stupid.
Best case scenario, we succeed. But it's going to take time to wade through the things that are there. We are on a timer.
I know.
Look where revenge got you last time.
I don't have an answer for that, so I...
It's not your decision to make either. It's Yip Yips.
Then where do we go next?
Find these stupid papers.
That's what I think.
Stupid papers indeed.
Where would they be anyway?
Like we've discussed.
Courthouse. Yeah.
The
Would you
courthouse
like
is-
to make a check for the things that were listed to you? Can do
Sure. History, please.
You, if on assist, you can do that
Yep.
with. You
Yep,
can do that
I'm right there
advantage.
with you.
That is going to be a 26.
26.
Okay.
The Charter of Lineage, which would show the progression of the way the sovereignty is supposed to be passed down, an official record of that should be kept at the courthouse. The cathedral would store the birth records, which would list identifying traits for the various family members of the sovereignty, as well as all kinds of noble houses and things like that. Additionally, there's more than likely one of the sovereign seals in the family crypt beneath the cathedral. And those 3 items there
That's probably very true.
would allow you to have a full legitimate claim at that point.
Well, as we have already briefly discussed, the courthouse makes the most logical selection choice. There's a high likelihood that the Charter of Lineage will be there. There are alternatives for us to explore if we choose to go to the chapel.
You've said the courthouse a couple times. I know what the chapel is, but I don't know what a courthouse is.
I can tell you what it was intended to be, not necessarily how it was always perceived.
Well, can you just tell me what it looks like? Where it is in the city?
Do my best to describe the specific layout.
The description that Bond gives you would be the home of the Triumvirate.
Does that mean something to you,
Yeah.
Ski?
Mhm. Ed?
All right, everybody. It's gonna sound same thing we have every time we go into that place. It's dangerous. I know it. But if that's the same place I'm thinking of, it's more complicated than just the people that go in there don't come out. That's where Melisenda sends her disappointments.
Oh. Oh, good. Excellent. Like, because they're so weak and, like, frail? Or. Yeah, right? Yeah.
It didn't used to just be the 3 heads in the city.
Oh.
They've kind of changed. There was this big orc, but he's gone now. The Knolls, before they were more agreeable, had somebody that was kind of for them, but I'm not saying we don't go because obviously we don't really have a lot of options, but I don't know, it is what it is.
Well, if you have to choose between dealing with this triumvirate that you speak of and us heading to the cathedral, which one do we fare better at, Skeech?
Well, you know, the cathedral still has the bishop, and they're still around, so you don't want to go there.
So the courthouse we go?
Yeah, I'll take the mystery box.
Perfect.
Well, we said we wanted to be wild cards, right? Sounds like this is the path.
Yippee!
That work for you guys?
Getting what I want doesn't seem as appealing, but yes, forward is the only path we have.
For the record, Reverend, I do really appreciate your passion. I just don't want to see you turned into one of those constructs.
I'm pretty slippery. I don't want to get turned into a construct.
Yeah,
That'd be more.
I'm
the
sure everyone
physicians.
thinks that right before they're turned into one.
No, nonetheless, I appreciate the concern.
Somebody should go talk to Yip Yip. No.
And tell her what?
See what she wants to do. She didn't look to be in a mood to fight right now.
Well, what if, since this could be very dangerous, what if we let her stay here? She'd be much safer.
She should be with her people while they're transitioning.
She could help defend them if need
Yeah.
be.
I couldn't agree. Couldn't agree more. My world came crashing down a decade ago. Yip Yip is watching hers crumble around her. She needs time.
Why don't we go together?
Show our support.
So down to the basement you go. You can see the kobolds are looking to set up a residency, so to speak, down here. What meager possessions they brought with them, they're trying to reestablish some sense of normalcy in their lives. There are a goodly number of them that have surrounded the Elf Mother, and they seem to be praying, possibly. Yip Yip is curled up next to her, her head resting on the Elf Mother's chest. Her eyes are closed, as are the Elf Mother's. And it's surprisingly very quiet down here. Again, low murmured prayers and some cries from some of the younger kobolds. But they do look at you with quite a bit of reverence as you all walk in. And you can see in their eyes they're very thankful for you taking them in. And they do part as you begin to walk towards the Alpha Mother.
Yip Yip, we all wanted to come and
You see the Alpha Mother's eyes open. She's sleeping right now. And she kind of strokes Yip Yip's head. She smiles up at you all. Thank you for taking care of her. I fear I don't have much time. She needs to know the truth. She is not a kobold. We have hidden her away this whole time. She is Versagalis' child, as you said. You have known, but she is the last of his line, of their line. And when he's gone, she'll inherit his abilities.
Oh.
There's a reason he has hidden her away right under the enemy's nose, as they never thought we were trouble or dangerous. So there was no bother to come after us. Of course, things have changed now that you all are approaching. You're filling the keystone, bringing its cycle to its end. I don't know if he has told you the purpose yet, but if you fill that keystone, you can access the Iron Prison. And if you can access the Iron Prison, you can destroy her power permanently. If she accesses the Iron Prison, there will be no stopping her. Keep the keystone safe from Malisendas. And she closes her eyes. You tell her breathing is just very slow and steady at this point. She's not dead, but you can tell that just she's overcome at this point with her injuries and just needs to rest.
Is there anything we can do to make you more comfortable?
You can see that she's sleeping at this point as well. And her hand is sitting on top of Yip Yip's head, just kind of holding her gently.
I'm gonna try to, as delicately and quietly as possible, just slip a folded piece of parchment paper that I had previously ripped out and filled out from my notebook into the satchel that Yip Yip has. And I used illusory script and essentially laid out a coded trail of breadcrumbs. So that if Yip Yip disagrees with the decision that we've made, they know how to find us.
All right, nice.
As we're like walking back, I'm gonna say, yeah, she was struggling with the Versigalis being her dad thing. I think she's gonna have a harder time with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too.
It's a heavy burden.
I think that maybe these kobolds could use a pick-me-up. Maybe we could have those cooks make some bread and butter.
Oh, yeah. That was very popular before.
You know what? I got something.
Oh?
Well, you know, in my abundant free time, practicing my hobbies, I've actually been taking up cooking as well.
Oh, wow.
See,
Does he find the time?
I'm somewhat of a chef myself.
Do you sleep?
Occasionally.
You would know if he was sleeping, Skeech, right?
Wait,
Did you
what?
up all night?
That was one time.
Wait, are you watching me while I'm sleeping?
I mean,
In a not creepy way.
In a not creepy way.
Creepy way.
I'm really cute when I sleep.
yeah.
So I've been told.
Are you
The
watching
function
yourself
meaning.
sleep?
I've been told by others.
You're the only one with lights on when everybody else goes to sleep. The rays come from the bunk bed right underneath my bed. You're always with that book.
I'm reading.
Another hobby.
I know.
Study. Oh,
Rub it in.
Skeech.
I don't even want. I don't care. All right. No, it's fine. I got other things going on.
It's not fine. I should have been trying to teach you to read.
Well, then you couldn't study your cooking lessons and your whatever animal book that you apparently have been reading too.
We're gonna make this right.
The lies in.
If we have the time.
Half the time we make the time
It is
for the
time.
things that are important, like learning how to cook,
Yes.
which I have been doing.
Save the world. Okay, so it's like save the world and cooking. I'll
So
read later.
what are you going to cook, Reverend?
I'm gonna go in the kitchen and I'll whip up a smorgasbord. Don't y'all worry.
Good meal.
You stay out here. I'm gonna go in the kitchen.
You might need this. And I will hold up a bowl of endless butter.
Ah.
Thanks.
I want it back.
Okay.
That's all.
Thank you. You know, endless butter. You know, that's when you go to a restaurant and food tastes better. It's because they put butter on everything.
Where?
Like a tavern or someplace. All right, I'll be back.
All right.
Reverend excuses himself for a few moments.
So I run into the kitchen, and in the kitchen, I pull out my scroll of Heroes Feast.
Wow.
Yes.
And I cheat.
And specifically, this version of Heroes Feast.
This is very on brand.
Everyone who eats it must pass a DC 23 Wisdom save or believe that I prepared this meal.
Did not know. It is impossible for me to save.
Yep.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
We sit at the same table.
Oh my goodness, I love this for me.
All right,
Okay.
let's roll this.
So now my question is, they're all going to enjoy. You're going to invite any of Gildan and Tarquin to sit out there in the cold
It's
by
it's
Gildan's
Heroes
fire,
Feast, baby. Everyone's involved.
bringing all the.
It's gonna
All
be
right.
real embarrassing when I fail.
Oh wow.
Fixated on
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
Plus 5.
What's that, baby?
For who? Everyone?
For everyone, yeah.
What'd you roll?
18 plus 2 plus 5.
How dare you?
How
dare you?
I got a 10.
I got a unnatural 20. I was so close.
Unnatural 20 as well.
Yep, 22. Just like right
Reverend,
there.
if it's any benefit to your self-esteem here, I didn't roll anything above a 5. So the kobolds and everybody that lives in the tower and everybody that's in Gildan's association there, they all believe that you're the greatest cook
Where
that
does
has
he
ever.
find the time?
So me and the cooks and some of the fellow thieves guild people start bringing out bowls and plates and platters full of the most delicious feast.
Did we
pulling
even
off
have
labels.
that in the tower? I didn't order that.
Damon, he brings out a delicacy that you haven't seen since you were a child. You're not even sure how he got a hold of this particular the dish, the juice
Well,
that go with it, let alone.
Yeah, no,
the
I
big-
really
I had
good.
this based on
Like, where did
what
that
kind
come
of
from?
herbs and things you might
I
have
feel
up
like
there.
it's the kind of thing of like I shouldn't trust it, but I don't care at this point anymore.
Mary, there's a particular porridge that you haven't had since
take
you
that as
were
a
a
compliment,
very young
Echo.
child.
I
That
will.
like totally jogs this memory of your mother. You're like, oh my goodness! You're like, where's me?
Crying to my home.
Oh, and for the kobolds, we also made a bunch of stuff from spider milk or something. I don't know. I got some recipes for that.
They look all sad when they're like, oh, we're gonna have the other food. Is that okay?
Oh, you can have that as well, of course. Yeah,
we only really ate
Red
that
good for
because that's
everyone.
what we had available.
Oh well. Oh, keep that back in the kitchen. We'll talk that.
That seed from Galaxy.
Customers always try it.
Vaughn, having seeds, notices on one of the dishes where it says "ye old rusty bag of nails" and rips that off so no one else sees where you ordered it from.
Vaughn, we had some traditional. I made some traditional dishes from the
Vaughn,
royal
did you not
court of
want that
Granitegard. What do you think of it, Vaughn?
Reverend, again,
Can I tell he failed?
a man of many skills and many talents. This is one of the most delicious meals I've ever had.
And I whisper into my goblet, "Thank you for not being a narc." So, assemble heroes. We partake of this feast, provided by the will of the one God, and also me.
So tasty.
Hey, Anna, last time we had a feast, you wrestled the host.
Oh, that's true.
I'd rather if you didn't.
I'd rather if you did, though.
Fellow heroes, enjoy
Sir.
this feast while we go off into the world to face our uncertain destiny.
Oh, we're gonna die.
But as sure as I am of the 11 herbs and spices which I have put into that chicken,
Started licking all of my fingers.
Man, it's good.
so I am certain of our impending victory. Mark my words.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Serious.
Cheers.
Go yell to somebody in the crowd. They're joking. Somebody, quick, the Heimlich.
Lay on hands.
I know CPR.
Yeah.
And Tarquin, of course, you, our new friend, please partake of this feast as well.
Thank you very much. Reverend, perhaps now's an opportunity to haze Tarquin. Perhaps we give him something that tastes bad, like nice hijinks.
That's one of those inside thoughts.
You'll come to learn they're the same thing.
Right. I feel your pain, brother. I've had a long journey
Here,
myself.
eat this. I just hand you some sticks.
And I'm gonna come up
I'm
and
just kind of like,
unless you're scared.
You know what? Maybe not the sticks, but I do have these Timorol spiced chicken wings.
ooh, I don't mind if I do.
with the
These are not suspicious.
these wings are coated with chili peppers who would make even the most grizzly Timorol pirate weep.
And you would know.
I would know because I have been there and I've eaten these wings with them.
He's lying.
Can you handle it?
I'm not right.
Can you
Come
take
on,
the
man.
meat?
I was down for a challenge.
Okay. Constitution check,
clean it.
please.
Got real hot ones challenge.
This is
Now I think
Constitution, you said?
Yes, sir.
24.
if you
24.
Yep.
Now I think what happens now is I have to ask you interview questions
Yes.
why feed you progressively spicy Timorol wings.
Yeah. That's the custom. Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Well, he ate them and it didn't hurt him. What do we got to do now?
Are these the right wings?
Very tough sticks.
I'm gonna just take a little nibble.
Constitution save.
+5.
Oh, Steve.
Oh, thanks.
No.
Constitution 24.
24. So I think we got a competition
Brought out
going on
the
here.
mild.
Oh god.
Well,
Now we go for the next series, right?
Yeah, these are great.
that's as hot as it gets.
We can go back to the sticks.
Yes.
I don't know. I get.
I want the sticks,
5.
please.
I can set the sticks back on Tarquin. Now
I'll
they're
grab
even.
one, pass it, and I'll just I'll look over and like a toddler, I'll go,
He's gonna do it.
Falling bean on this side goes. What's happening?
cool.
Oh, okay.
Rolling deception.
Can I grant him advantage if I'm
Absolutely.
being cool?
Why not?
That's
Okay.
your favorite terrain.
20,
Right?
non-natural.
Being cool.
You're not eating that stick.
You got me. You know, I
Eat it.
Hey, Echo, you're making it.
soldier.
Echo,
I
you're
am a
making it not
soldier,
fun now.
and as a soldier, I would know not to eat a stick.
Eat the stick.
Well, I mean, it's very insistent.
This guy is wagging her.
Really? You're that afraid of
Throw
cinnamon?
one for her.
She grabs the stick and she's chewing on it.
Intimidation.
You know what?
I'll help.
How
I'll help
about
with
this?
intimidation for the stick.
Yeah.
Roll with advantage.
8.
Roll with advantage.
Echo, for you, I will hold on to this stick, and I'll eat it later. How about that?
You're not
Deal?
allowed to come with us if you don't eat the stick.
All right, I need this to be a binding agreement.
You guys are
Maybe
really.
some.
Okay. I'll eat the stick later.
Yeah, we gotta talk about Hazy because I thought maybe we would make him drink like a whole flagon.
I like this.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Something with a little more creativity, maybe.
It's fine though. You're cool. Temporarily, you're provisionally cool.
Excellent. We'll put a pause on the hazing.
Yeah.
Until the 10 days up.
All right. Well,
Oh, wait a minute.
I like being brought in on this.
Constitution.
He does have a great constitution. Yeah, and he,
Back when
he
I
can
was with
handle
the,
the heat.
The
man.
goblins,
Can.
they used to put me up on the wall and their knives at me.
Just saying.
We could do that.
We are not getting out of the kitchen.
you know what? I've been to a goblin party like that. And it wasn't as fun as you make it sound.
Oh, it was horrible.
Oh, the memories.
I got really sick at that goblin party.
Quite dizzy, I imagine.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was funny.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
I really don't mean to cut all this short, but we are on a time schedule,
Oh,
guys.
that's true. The end of the world, etc., etc.
And if we could stop by the manor again, we should probably get the rest of the goblins.
Oh,
Darling,
oh.
here.
That's true.
Right,
That's
so
true.
this stuff.
Well, it's dangerous in the city.
Yeah. Also, there's just like the minor matter of rescuing my siblings, which was like, I know it's so silly. It's just why we went into the city before. Ha ha ha. So I don't know if we should do that now or after the deadline. It's only that they're being held captive by my nemesis. So it's just like I'm I'm waffling.
Anna, you're right. I mean, if we're gonna save the world, we should have a reason for it.
Thank you, Skeech.
As the hour starts to
Get late.
get towards like the 1 hour time of Heroes Feast, I signal to all the people to like get these plates out of here. You are. You've had enough to eat.
Oh, well, okay, I don't want to intrude.
You know,
I don't want to impose on my host.
Look, he's so polite. I know.
yeah, you gotta.
What?
Nothing.
Oh.
Because everything's gonna disappear.
So Sky has a plate and she's growling at you.
I wouldn't do that.
Go on, reach down there, grab the plate. Go
It's
on.
gonna hurt. Just let the dog have a little more
Nice
time with
large
food.
juicy bone that she's chewing on, tails wagging.
Sleight of hand
So
to,
happy.
to illusion to make it look like that space is empty.
Yeah, I don't need that. That's fine. All right, so get all the plates out of here. All right, hurry up and eat, Sky. For the next 24 hours, everyone will get 2d10 increase to their maximum hit points.
Now, do you roll that or do we
Yeah.
roll that?
Probably I roll it, I guess.
We all
Speed
get
of
it.
that.
Yeah.
Two more hit
2d10 and let's see what happens.
8.
Okay.
Hey. And
Heck yeah.
we can't
That was
be
8 more they had than before they started the
Yeah,
meal, right?
And you, with advantage on, you're immune to poison and being frightened. And you make all wisdom saving throws with advantage.
Excellent.
Okay, I need to write that down.
All right, Anna.
So let's
plan
go
is
do something with it.
We go in, you give
Is
them the
it-
money, we leave with your family.
Guess we bring them back here. Maybe we could always send the money to Wyatt and see if he could.
With the reference
Yeah.
individuals.
Yeah, and
Do you need
arrange.
the ring?
Do need the ring.
We could send some of my people into. They need. We said they needed to talk to Wyatt anyway.
Yeah, and they could just take Merwin's hand. I think that this is a perfectly
Oh.
reasonable. Yeah. Mhm,
I think,
yeah.
I think Anna wants to talk to him.
Yes. Yes. I would love to talk to
Oh.
him at length.
Okay,
I'm
5-minute adventure. We just go in, Anna has a conversation.
A very quick, to the point conversation.
2-3 rounds of conversation.
Exactly. Yep.
Then we come right back.
Yeah, I know we do. We do need to save the world. We do. So I know this can wait.
Anna,
Yes.
it's okay to start with saving your world first.
Okay, great.
So-
You convinced me. Done. All right.
5 days is a long time.
The gate is sealed.
Oh,
They're not letting anybody remember.
Arnar clear.
How
Okay.
convenient.
That thing
How is that? How far away are we from the city?
For you guys from
Never mind.
Newtown, you're about a mile.
I mean, did I even love them that much? What? Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, for sure. No. Well, later. Really.
I'm really confident I can get you in
It's
there.
kind of messy.
I'm sorry.
Well, I think probably we should try to get some sleep because we're
All
gonna
right.
either go have words with someone or go fight some monsters, some such.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Both. Yeah.
Yes. Just because we can't make it into Newtown doesn't mean that no one. If we send some individuals, some light individuals who can travel quickly, we might be able to at least send word, like we had said,
Oh, yes.
or other ways to make it into the city besides the gates.
Just gonna hold up like a little bag of smoke bombs. I can make more of these tomorrow. They can just have them.
Reverend, if you have individuals that you trust or think would be good for this, and Anna, if you have a specific message or if you would like to send things with them,
Yes. Maybe we can just check in with Wyatt to make sure they're safe.
It'd be good to hear from him as well. It's been a while.
It has.
Tarkin Wyatt is the Lord Arendelle. He's
I'm familiar with Lord Arendelle.
Uh-huh.
He's the
My
one who
best
tipped me off to you
friend.
all.
oh,
Oh.
He's a contact of mine in the city, actually.
Oh, why that wily son of a gun?
Classic Wyatt.
Wait, Tarquin, you can just go in and out of the city whenever you want, right?
The city of Granitegard?
No,
Newtown?
Newtown.
I mean, I was disguised as a member of the Concordance. I wouldn't say I have express permission, but
Yeah.
I'm recognized as one of George's forces.
You were there during the dinner, right? So,
I could.
Inskeech just kind of slinks down to make room for they're seeing over me anyway, but I'm
right, so
However, I want to be cautious revealing or jeopardizing my identity. If it was found that an Antherian was in the city, the battle would be on.
So true. This could be.
Gildan's
one
gonna
of
come up.
these-
Wait, friends. Oh, he's like a little tipsy at this point. He's
Oh,
like,
hey, Gildan's there.
yeah. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I've been
Gildan.
eavesdropping a little bit. I cannot.
I meant to say thanks for the stuff.
Oh yes, I am glad that you. Enjoyed it. Was it helpful? Was it?
So
Was it
far,
enough?
yeah.
That's very good. You need to send a message. I might have something to help you. It is only a message, and he opens his coat and he takes out a box, and the box has a little like a design of like this little bird on it, and he opens it up, and there's 5 sheets of little sheets of paper, of parchment. He's like, this is this is perfect for sending secret messages. If you need to get through, you write down what your message is on this parchment. You say the name of the person that you wish to send it to, and it flies, turns into a little bird.
Is there any sort of character limit?
Yes. There is a limit of 50
Character.
50 words or fewer. 50 words or fewer. Yes.
And is it return with a message?
Press to fit
No.
character limit.
No. Here.
50 words is, that's not very much. Someone else better
Well-
write that message. I'm not very concise.
Yes, sir. Well,
Echo.
yes, the grammar is not important. You know,
More
you can
comic
keep,
for you.
very good.
Malison.
Well, you'll know what
that's
we-
5 days of spam mail. That would be
a little origami bird flies to you and says,
I
"Hello,
know.
I'm here to talk about your cartoon to work to."
I know what you did last summer solstice.
Egret mail.
Gildan, what do we owe you for that?
Well, you know, I know you too well. Let us just call it this dinner was great. You let me and mine stay in your lovely garrison tower here. So I believe this is going to be important for all of us in the end.
All right. Well, we appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so
Absolutely.
much. Yeah.
It is my pleasure. It's my pleasure. And Tarquin, yes? You know, I know your father. Did you know that? Your father and I crossed paths a long time ago. It is Septimus. Yeah. Oh no, I am sorry. Exetorus. Yes, the
Exetorus,
the charging bull, of course. How is he?
He fares well, leading the 11, as always.
That is wonderful. Yes, you know these they keep all
Leading the 7-Eleven.
you know they
First thing that he introduced himself was, I got a big family.
so you know him and his father they protect everybody by guarding the mountain pass. You know they do us all a very big favor. These are very noble people.
Well, thank you for your kind words.
Of course. And you, if I may, you went to see them?
Yeah, we had a little parlay in their tent. It got a little tense, but I think we can.
Got a little tense.
It got intense and intense. I think we can work it out.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
want the same thing.
Yes. Yeah. Exetorus, he's a very honorable man. His right hand, a little, you know, kind of squirrely, to be honest. I don't know.
Shifty dude.
He's a little shifty, but you know, he was there. Exetorus trusts him with his life. I remember meeting. I never talked to the men really, but I remember meeting them, and I remember meeting him when he was.
Yeah, so you and that other guy have never been in the same place at the same
You
time.
think this
no.
balls is still bigger than me?
Well, yes,
The
relatively.
largest child.
Yes. You see, yeah, he grows into
A lot of broccoli.
Wait, are you still a child?
I'm 10 years old.
No. This was 20 years ago.
Who did you
Quite a
eat?
That's how it works in Antheria.
He just had to
Just don't eat the weak.
The tall eat the small. The tall eat the short.
Skeech looks over, locks eyes with Vaughn with like a, you told me we couldn't eat people look.
Different cultures.
Oh, but mine's not okay.
What?
No, that's
You said people.
Time to bed, everyone. It's time to go to bed.
Wow.
Oh, are you really gonna sleep this time, Rev?
Maybe. Hey, listen, what I do in my bunk is my own business.
Do we have a?
Well, I believe it's time for Gildan to go. You do your business. I am just going to leave you to it. Please say hello to your father for me.
I will, of course. Thank you, Gildan.
Thank you, Gildan.
Oh, absolutely. And he kind of like goes toward the door, stumbles a little bit, and he just puffs his coat up and
Gosh, he looks the same.
walks out to the caravan.
I don't know if Tarkin's gonna fit in Yip Yip's bunk. Do we have an extra?
It's okay.
I don't
I brought a
use
bedroll.
No, it's okay. I don't use mine. I sleep underneath.
Oh, great.
No,
don't mind.
Pledge, you sleep out on the lawn.
No.
Sure. Nice, soft, unfrozen grass. Oh, a luxury.
Who is this guy?
I want him where I can keep eyes on
My
him.
future husband. What?
All right, fair enough.
Did you hear something?
All right.
Unfortunately, right now, there would be very difficult for you to find a soft, unfrozen place to lay down. As a matter of fact, there is a snowstorm that has moved
never
in.
mind.
So,
Soft, unfrozen snow, fluffy.
Are you gonna? I don't know. You sleep wherever you want.
you all are most happy to be
Mama.
inside the confines of the keep here.
Echo, I got a funny joke. Do you still have that bag of rats?
Yep. No, they burned in the fire.
I mean, cooked it.
Tarquin.
You're Gildan from the gate. No!
I'm sorry, were they your pets?
No, they were like co-workers.
That's even worse.
They
Sorry,
worked,
Skeech.
they worked for cheese. Gildan gave me that bag.
Charles. Entertainment.
I did say a prayer for every single one of them the night they died.
And I shall tonight, Skeech.
Did you say all their names?
Yeah.
What were they again?
Name 3 rats.
Echo starts speaking in perfect rat. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was
Peach
easy.
just nods with the same nod he does every time you guys start rambling about stuff he doesn't understand.
And Remy. He loves
Wow.
Mark, what's that?
He did. He did.
That actually would probably make
Well
Damon's
done.
day if he said,
I'm sitting right here.
yeah, but he didn't tell you.
Echo's
He
tearing
told
up.
me.
It's all right, buddy.
We've all had a long emotional day. Except for me, my day was great. What? Should probably turn in. Sorry about your rats. Your rat coworkers.
Yeah, they didn't belong to me. We worked together.
Yeah.
Have you been in the city?
In the city? Yeah. I was observing all of you.
Well, yeah, but I mean, have you seen these things? And I'm going to pull out the head of one of the collectors that we had.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Tarquin, at this point,
Perfected.
you're like, oh, he did not mean Newtown. So he's going to Granitegard. You're like, oh, nope.
And would I have seen anything like that at Meat
And
Grinder?
in the past, absolutely. Yes. You would have seen creatures similar in nature to that.
Been a
Wait,
long
what?
time. How did something like this make it this far south?
Eh?
We hold guard at the Meat Grinder.
The what?
It's the passage from the north to the civilized lands. The 11th Legion has been guarding it for a long time now.
That. All those things are. That's what's up north.
It's all manner of creature up north.
24 hours. You guys are up there 24 hours.
7-Eleven, he said.
Yeah.
7-Eleven.
Yeah. Thank you.
24, 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wow, you know a lot about the Interior military.
I still don't know where the Merklors are in relation to Theria.
That's okay. We're that way. That's all you need to know. I point vaguely.
I'm gonna look at the stone wall.
Past the stone wall.
Yeah, no, I got. All right.
But anyway, yes, I have seen something like that before. It's been a long time, but
Well, if you stick with us, you're gonna see that and a lot worse.
Yeah, you get it.
all right then. I will prepare accordingly. Good night, all.
Night.
Good night.
So, are you all bed down for the evening? Anything else you're going to do real quick before you call it a
I
night?
want to take a little bit of time and add those lenses like I had previously planned from the mask to the goggles.
James?
Want to take out my orb that I got by pondering orb, and I want to make my way to where Vaughn is.
It's orbit time.
It is orbit time.
Is it
I forgot about the one.
the mighty orbit time? Yeah.
I'm just gonna stand onwardly, like where your like bed is. Just hi.
I'm like flipping through my journal, essentially like adding some notes and clarifying things appropriately.
Can I just be in the corner, kind of just like watching? Just like,
Fly on the wall, popcorn.
yeah.
Like you're holding a bed sheet up.
Yeah, just
like,
like-
looking around it.
Like the stealth, yeah.
Did you need something?
Orb.
Yes,
Sorry.
it's very nice.
I don't know how it works, and I was wondering if you could help me.
Oh, are you thinking I was trying to see what type of other arcane properties it might
Yes,
have?
yes, exactly.
Oh, of course. And he like puts this over on like a little side table, like pushes the side table away, turns off his reading light, takes off the glasses. No, I'm just joking. Here, may I?
And I'm gonna hand it to him.
You gaze into the orb.
I gaze into the orb.
Here's a save, please.
Oh no! No!
Thank God, Anna is lurking.
Just like, just hanging out. Just casual.
Pop. I don't think it's going to matter with a total of 9.
9. Real. Vaughn is just hands the orb right back to you almost immediately. You really don't want much to do with that thing at all. It just, you look in there and see your most frightening nightmares confirmed.
Oh,
And you hand the orb right back to Damon.
With a little bit of a shake, it says, try again later. I am very sorry to say that I could get nothing except abject terror.
But if you want to go ahead and also roll Arcane, you can discover a bit about that.
30-20.
Oh, wow.
You know that
All right.
whoever happens to bear it would have a bonus to their intimidation. So, looking into it, not so much fun. Carrying it around and, yes, holding it out to somebody as you try to intimidate them would...
Trained it. No.
Be scared!
I think it's more of a.
Yeah. Yeah.
Orbit time.
So you just,
As this is happening, you hear me yell down from the top bunk there, "Hey, quit contemplate orb somewhere else. I'm trying to sleep up here."
You still have your light on, Rev.
And with that, we're going to take a short break. And we'll come back and have some morbid adventures there. Morbid adventure. Yeah, morbid. Yes. Hi, and welcome back to the doomed city of Granitegard. We hope you enjoyed that break as much as we did. So, as we left off, Damon is standing by Vaughn, has just received the orb back from Vaughn. He seems to be quite eager to hand it back to you, Damon. And what do you do?
I mean, don't misinterpret it. I would love to explore that orb more. But no. Just no. Have you looked into it?
No.
You should start with that.
Can I look into it?
Absolutely. It just was like a beast Turlemane to you.
Did it not strike fear into your very core?
No.
You don't have to mock me, Damon.
Sorry. But I don't see anything in the orb.
And there's a bit of a reflective surface on it. You could see you probably need to get cleaned up before you go to bed.
You really don't see it.
Wow.
Don't tell me my business, orb.
It's an orb of shame.
You're not my real orb.
You really didn't see anything in there.
See myself.
Well, something scary about that, then, is there?
Which I don't like seeing that either, but I'm just gonna put it back in my pocket. So, how are you feeling?
He has already pushed the journal and the bedside table off to the side, and he just kind of crosses his hands and puts it on his lap as he's just sitting on the side of his little cot.
Damon? Did you just open up a conversation about my feelings?
Don't just answer the question.
It's complicated. I feel like we've all had quite a bit to deal with, yourself included, Damon, and I feel like we've all consistently had to push it down for the greater good. And to be quite honest, I think we've looks around into our joint room. I think everyone here cares about each other, but I don't think we've actually had the time to truly check in. Think about Anna, our family, what we know about Mary, what we know about Echo chasing after leads. Everyone here has lost something. And he kind of collects himself. So I'm going to do my best to not wallow in self-pity and move forward.
He stands there trying to collect the words. You can tell he's so awkward about this. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's trying.
You can sit if you like. And he pats down.
Oh, okay. I'll sit next to you. I don't think it's self-pity. I mean, finding out that you're...
My younger sister's in cahoots with the ultimate evil.
Yes, that one. It's tough. I don't know, Sometimes you put everyone else before yourself, and it's okay to be sad.
I'm not.
You're in your bedroll.
He just rolls it up.
Skeet's just
Damon, I appreciate your concern. Truly, I really appreciate it, actually. I just don't know if I don't know if there's time to fully process. It's not going to change anything. Yes, I want to save Brashera, but I've already pledged to all of you that I would do everything possible to keep you all safe. She is adamantly opposed to me, and therefore you all as well. And he kind of leans in. I may not have shown it, but I considered grabbing her and fleeing when we saw her. Sure, there's thrones in Granitegard, but there was an opportunity to take someone to save someone from my family and flee this place. I thought about it. Looking back now, I feel like maybe I made the right decision. I don't think she would have liked that very much.
No, I don't think she would have. Sorry, I'm really bad at this.
At what? Damon, we're just having a conversation.
Yes, that. I'm bad at conversations. I don't really talk.
he like watches like Vaughn almost goes to like pull out like his hands, like count the number of times he's heard multiple sentences. Puts it behind his back. Well, you're doing quite well.
All right. Well,
If you have a moment, I have something that I think maybe you have expertise with. The question that Echo asked about would I be willing to do anything to keep the people of Granitegard safe? That question wasn't really fair, but I feel like you're the only person here who understands the weight of that question. And I guess this is less of a question myself, but I want to make sure that you understand that. Maybe I don't understand yet, but I'm beginning to. I'm sorry for everything that you've gone through.
but I'm not from here. I'm from south.
Then
Yes.
you can take off the mask. We're friends.
Right. Really, I'm fine. It was months ago.
Is that how that works?
I think so. That's what I tell myself every day.
Do you still have that potion?
No.
Would you like to
No.
check?
I don't. I don't want to check. I do not. Objectively do not want to check. Oh. That's unfortunate.
You could tell he's completely lying. It's so obvious.
Well, I'm not going to lecture you on feelings. I feel like I have much to process myself. Thank you for checking in. It means a lot. I feel like we didn't offer the same to you.
I don't really care.
And he's gonna reach out and I give your hand a squeeze. I think we both know that's not true.
I haven't seen my brother in years. He was like a stranger to me, so it doesn't really matter.
I haven't seen my sister in over a decade. And she very much mattered to me. I'm not saying that you're lying to me, Damon, but I'm saying maybe you're lying to yourself.
Dang. Yes, well, maybe. I don't know. Pippin. Anyway, so...
Sometimes Anna hides in the walls. Next to my guy.
I'm just in my butt. It's fine.
It really is only a thin bit of sheet between you guys.
You guys could step out. Oh.
I think you guys are doing great.
I thought you were snoring.
Oh, I was woken up by all the feelings talk.
Yeah, how's that stick?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
stick?
I said I would eat it later. I didn't say I would eat it now.
Later is a nebulous concept.
That it is.
What does that mean?
The guy pokes her head where you are. There's wagging her tail like stick.
Did Damon leave his bag in his bunk?
I don't know. Did you, Dan?
Yes.
It seems like it's a fair time for you to look at that. Anyway.
I have been laying in my bed with my eyes open as he leaves, and I cast silent image on our bunk so that the bunk looks completely normal, and you will not see me quietly flipping down the ladder.
I do have a question about that, though. It was established that I watch you.
Creepily from under the bed.
And I know you do illusion.
Well, the whole time I'm looking at you like... And I climb down, and I want to use sleight of hand to pluck the potion of truth
It's a feelings potion, actually.
Potion of feeling.
I want a potion of feelings. That's what I mean. I'm sorry. I want to pluck that out of his bag.
Yeah.
Go for it. Hopefully there's nothing trapped in there too.
I want to cough really loudly to assist him.
Roll with advantage.
I can't. 21.
You get to roll with advantage. You can try a second shot. You might get a nat 20.
Skate, you know you.
Oh, I rolled even higher.
Yeah.
So the 24.
You're able to locate the potion.
I'm sorry, he's just so big he bends the bed.
And I
Sorry, as I said, I can sleep on the ground.
grab it
No,
and I pour the potion into one of my potion bottles and I cork it and I look at all my potion bottles and look at one. Good enough. And I pour that into the feelings potion, and I look at it and I say, "This is kind of like a feelings potion, anyway." And I put that back into the bag, trying to make it look like I have not
Have you
disturbed
refilled
it
any
at
of your
all.
potion bottles since the great switcheroo happened, or
Oh, it's one of the empty ones.
one of the empty ones? Okay.
Yeah. Well, even I know not to mix potions.
Well, no, I mean like your friends
did
filled your
we?
potion bottles for you a while back, which is like.
I mean, I've been drinking a lot of this.
Allegedly.
jacket.
Unless somebody ratted.
So I cork that, and then I look around,
I'm a knight of Granitegard.
back up the ladder.
All right.
A ghost made me.
If and I'm gonna place my hand on your shoulder. If you need anyone to talk to, I can.
What is this?
I don't know. I'm gonna leave now.
Disappears in the shadows. As you disappear into the shadows, you just see.
Speaking of the feelings topic, as everybody goes to bed here, we're going to take a moment to talk to our characters here and see how they're doing with a little bit of insight into them. Vaughn, how...
I've laced each of your beverages with a feelings potion of my own.
Twist mustache.
How is Vaughn feeling at this point in time? There's been quite a bit that's happened with him here. The sister's revelation. You've got the pressure on you right now for assuming the mantleship. What is Vaughn experiencing?
Right. I think since the moment that Brashera quite literally stepped back into my life, it's been replaying the Vaughn's memory of what that night, what the fall actually was. Is hearing her offer the words of "you left me, you abandoned me." There's nothing could be further from the truth, but there's something that pains him, both in his heart and in his mind, thinking about the idea that he didn't have a choice. He was scooped up, he was collected, Sir Gendron. They formed walls around him and they got Vaughn out of the castle, and he was 12 years old and he fought and he attempted to go after Finn, go after Brashera, go after Alessandra, that no one could contest Sir Gendron. And he's replaying the time that he spent with his mother's family in the village of Angern, thinking about the ideas and how he had waited for letters, waited for notifications, but nothing came until his uncle sat him down and said that it's better to assume that they're all dead and begun moving on. And he did. And to feel like there is quite literally a second wound opening up that he now has to contend with, that he didn't put there himself for the first time in quite some time, is a lot to deal with. He's burdened by the fact that he feels as though, even though he has great purpose and intention behind what he's attempting to do, that he is still a burden because of the deals, and the pacts, and the agreement that he's made. But maybe, quite recently, he's understanding that you don't have to have all the answers because you can share the responsibility with others. And he's beginning to see that there is hope if you place hope in those who you follow. And that's fun.
And Mary? and quite a few interesting developments for you as well. The chase after your missing father seems to have pointed in a direction that has definitely rocked Mary to the core. How are you feeling at this time?
Yes, well, you know, I grew up in the church. It was how I was born and raised, and it's everything that I have ever known. And seeing all the horrible, horrible corruption within the church has really made me rethink, like, what is reality and what is real and what do I believe? And, you know, like, I'm so on fire for the one God. Like, it's my it's my identity, really. I think I've built my whole identity around my devotion. And but I also don't want to be part of that corruption. And it doesn't feel like the church is really a safe place, a reliable place, a truthful place anymore. And so I think part of me really wants to leave the church, but also I have so much confusion and guilt, around the idea of walking away from something that I have held dear my whole life. So I think I'm trying to process that, the idea that maybe I could still hold on to my devotion and my loyalty to the one God without maybe being part of the church, if that's a thing. I'm trying to figure that out. And I feel like I was isolated for most of my childhood. I didn't really have a lot of friends. Certainly nobody that I could ever be really honest with who I was. Being half elf, it's not really a thing you can share. So I think, in this group of people is the first time I've ever been able to be myself. And this is the most real and honest and true thing that I know.
Quite a bit of emotional struggle with that.
Yeah. I think the only family I've ever had was my dad. And now that he's missing and seeing what Echo's father figure turned out, I felt there was no hope in finding my father. And the idea of finding my father in pieces and as a construct is a horrifying nightmare that I feel that I relive every night. Those ideas. I don't know if I really want to find him. I mean, I do, but not like, I don't.
Afraid of having the fear confirmed. It's very tough.
Yeah.
And Anna, so close with the money you needed, but now they're isolated behind those walls.
Mm-hmm.
And the clock is ticking before the Antherians move in. Beyond that, there's a force of 10,000 Concordant soldiers moving in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think that Anna's feeling like when she's with her friends and she's having a lot of different contradictions kind of bump up into each other, because she's delighted to be around the people that she's with, but running quickly into her past in the mines and then immediately going right back home to her childhood, and just seeing the opulence of that contrasted with the deprivation of that experience, I think was jarring. And then to have that too be torn away was pretty devastating. So then, and now I think there is that exhilaration that comes with almost achieving a goal that she thought was impossible for years, that she gave up on when she was when she was fighting in the pits. But having it so close, I think that she's that exaltation and terror just bumping right up into each other as she waits for the gates to open.
Skeech, you've had a bit of a change of events for yourself, from loneliness and rejection to a group of friends that's taking you in, and now you're kind of spreading that to the other goblins you run into. And you got a girlfriend. That's quite an improvement on things. So how are you feeling?
It's true, but that's not where Skeech's mind has gone to. It has been just a very sobering 24 hours, to put things in perspective. With kicking it all off, seeing Skeech's family, or what's left of it, just fine. Feels a little betrayed by that, but more than anything, with that, the thought of that's what had spurred his initial resolve, and as he thinks of every one of his friends, that's what has kept all of them going in this. But it's also the thing that weakens the resolve to get to the end. Seeing each of them being driven for their family has been super helpful for our end goals. And having that conversation in the tent and reminding of the promise that he made to Gindrin about doing what's best for Granitegard. Skeech is wondering if the new family that we've discovered is going to be an obstacle for doing what is the right thing. And if Vaughn is not going to be strong enough to make a decision, if he's going to have to be.
It's quite a load to bear there. Tarquin, you're very new to this group, this strange collection of heroes here. What's going through your mind?
Charlie.
I feel like as the party's just getting to know Tarquin, that I should play most of this pretty close to the chest, but I will at least say that Tarquin, through some of his spy work that he did in the city, feels that the party has good intentions, but he is eager to get a better sense of them and their character up close and personal, specifically Vaughn, as Tarquin himself may play a pivotal role in elevating him to the throne. And he's, oftentimes jovial on the surface, but he's got a keen eye out because he knows what is at stake.
Absolutely. Echo.
So Echo is in his bunk, and he's holding the keystone in his hands, as he often does when he meditates. And he's just kind of running his thumb over the symbol that lit up when he was thinking of Algar. And just kind of that image of Algar when he first saved him when he was a child and woke up in Dragmar, is this kind of warm energy of the Algar that he knows and he remembers. And then it's the monstrosity, the mutation that he saw just briefly, that just causes this icy feeling in his stomach. And then again, the dream where Algar revealed this information that Echo had been searching for his whole life. Who is he? What is his purpose? Everything had made sense with Algar. He just did what he was told, did his training, and things would be okay. But now that he's gone, he just feels aimless, and more than anything, it's frustrating. He didn't get to say goodbye, not even in the dream where he got to talk to him. And that hurts because really, Algar is the only person he feels actually knows him. And he really likes his new friends and trusts them, cares for them, but he knows they don't know anything more than he does. And he just keeps repeating that line that Algar said to him, that Algar, had failed Echo. And then he thinks of that feeling of fire that ran up his arm. And he doesn't know where it came from. And the fire brings up memories of his village burning down as he watched, hopeless as everybody he knew and the new life he created was destroyed and he had to start again. And he thinks of revenge and how that has destroyed so many families just amongst the people he cares, and that people keep going to him for advice or help, and he doesn't know how to help himself. And he wants so badly to help Mary with her father, but all he can think about is how he can't even decide if he failed Algar, because Algar failed him, and he's confused, and he misses him. He really misses him. But just that feeling of being on the right track, the last time he really felt that was actually when he was teaching Reverend, and he teaching him how to use a sword better, and how that felt so natural to him. He thought, maybe that's what Algar was getting to. Maybe in the past, he had been a teacher. He had been a master himself. But these are just all questions that he doesn't have any answers to, and he kind of feels like he's just going into everything blind.
Must be difficult when you're wondering even who you are as you try to face the future on that. Damon, you had a very eye-opening experience, a blank future as far as you had seen once you had dealt with Sep, and now you seem to have been wandering lost for a bit. How did seeing somebody with abilities similar to yourself make you feel?
I think it made him feel like his life and anybody that's touched by these shadows by Melisandus are just instantly corrupted. His entire existence has surrounded around death from when he was a young boy and he accidentally killed the other young boy. And then he was whisked away against his will from his brother and his father to train to be just a warrior of death at that point. And then he ended up killing his father and his uncle, and he ended up running away, and he couldn't die, even though he wanted to. And then he came back, and he killed the only person that ever mattered to him. And then he watched as someone that he considers a good friend kill his mother that he had no idea about. And he wasn't upset in the fact that the Reverend killed Sep. It was the fact that he didn't get to do it himself.
Especially after Sep was the one that actually killed.
He doesn't see it that way. He sees it that he killed his brother. And so seeing someone touched by the shadows like he is, he feels like there's no way to bring them back, because that's how he feels. He feels that he is a curse on anybody that he walks around, that any one of the party members are going to die by his hand, because that's how he's grown up. It's everybody he's ever cared about has died by his hand, specifically. And he wants to assist the group and he wants to get closer, but he knows that if he does that, there's that chance And so his purpose is to just help them gain their goals, and then that's it.
Be interesting to see how that moves forward. And Reverend, let's talk about. You got your revenge, but it doesn't seem to have satisfied you.
No, I am feeling very guilty still from killing Damon's mom. As I mentioned several times, we're avoiding his gaze and things like that. And ultimately has realized that revenge did not give him any kind of fulfillment. So his whole life from the time that he left Newtown, or I'm sorry, not Newtown, the outskirts of Granitegard, and going to the monastery, and then his life as a traveling grifter, he's just been kind of stumbling from thing to thing without very much of a purpose. Thought coming back and avenging his mother that he would find purpose in that way, but that has been hollow. But he has realized that he doesn't want to leave because this is his people now, the only group of people that have ever actually like seen him or accepted him as the person that he is rather than the persona that he pretends to be. Skeech's speech has galvanized him to figure out how he can keep this group of friends together. And so he's going to continue to train physically and mentally in order to become stronger and better and more formidable in any way that means. And he turned into an ape recently, and that was really cool.
More impressed with the rooster, but you know, the ape was quite nice as well. That was a lot of very interesting insight. And welcome to level 9, everyone. Let's go ahead and roll our hit points.
Speaking of being
I know that you all are certainly going to be interested in that.
I thought there were 2 digits there.
I think you actually mean 11.
Oh,
But we would
3.
But we we'll settle for 10.
The DM give it, the DM take it away.
Oh, level 3, he says we can have an additional subclass.
Pick whatever level 3 you want.
That is roll back to level 3. All right, let's go ahead and work my way down the list here. I am actually going to begin with Anna.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Oh, that's a D20. I'll take it if you. Okay.
I don't believe that's the qualifier.
I think it's a D2.
On that, so let's,
Yeah, it is a D10. I just grabbed the D20.
I roll a
and D20 close enough, right?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, so that's going to be if the rule of half.
Yep.
That's going to be
5
6.
plus your constitution bonus.
Yep.
6.
So yeah, so it's 9.
So 95. 9?
Yep, 9.
98.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, 9.
So close.
All right.
digits.
We're getting any changes to your AC or
98.
anything?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Any changes to your AC? or
Oh,
something?
no, I don't
Okay.
believe so.
Next on my list would be Damon. Damon, you're at 63 currently.
Sorry.
That's all right.
That's gonna be 9 hit points.
It's going to bring you up to 72. And Damon, any change to your armor class?
Nope.
Echo, you and Sky will both be leveling here, so let's roll for both.
Okay. So Echo got a 6, so 8. So that'll bring him up to 80 base.
80 even. All right.
And Sky got a 9 plus 3, so
12,
12. So
88.
88.
All right, nice and tanky there. And any changes to your AC?
Nope, but it did
And-
go down because I don't have armor currently.
What is your new AC?
Lava.
It would be 16.
Actually, no, you know what? You are here in the tower, so if you wish to acquire a new set of armor, you could certainly pick up a new set of armor.
Okay, I
Oh,
will
wait,
do
do they-
that.
Okay, so back
So what kind of armor?
Breastplate, so I'll be
Just
back
like
to my
for a friend.
19.
All right. And we're going to talk to Mary now. Mary, you're 82 currently. What is your, so plus your, so rule of half plus your constitution.
What'd you say?
Rule of half,
If you roll under half.
if you roll in half.
Oh, I actually got a 7 on
7?
my D8
AC.
plus 2.
9.
it's 9?
So 91.
Nice.
Nothing like
It's like the
a-
first time I rolled well, guys. The first
To
time.
be honest with you, you're not that far below your main tank. So,
Doing pretty good.
what a tank you get there. Any changes to the AC or anything?
I don't think so.
What?
Reverend Goodberry.
Okay.
1 hit point plus.
Okay, I got 7.
You got it 7?
Plus my, let's see, my Constitution modifier of 0.
All right. 7 plus 0 is still 7, I do believe.
Yes.
So there,
Yeah.
college degree paying for
That
itself.
put me at
54 is your total on that.
54.
And we're going to talk to Skeech. Skeech, you're only
You're gonna
1 hit
lap me
point
for
under
this,
him
dude.
starting off.
We are doing the half rule. So that's going to be 7 more for me.
60. And the Reverend maintains his title as the lowest. Any change to your AC
Okay,
or
honey,
anything?
I still have
If
8.
you want it to be more,
Got that plus
All
8.
right.
Yeah.
Vaughn.
that wasn't a yes.
Rolled a 7 plus 2 con for 9, taking my new total up to 87.
87. Very, very nice.
Very nice.
Any changes to your AC or anything?
Not. Nope. Nope.
Like those
About,
flipped.
about that armor though.
Yeah.
Could we switch out some armor? Could I maybe get up?
If you,
A little bit
nobody's
higher?
ever browsed through the armory.
Yeah, I would. Tomorrow morning, I would love to browse through the armory.
I might go with you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we will take a look at that
Yeah.
before we head out the door tomorrow
Gotta
morning.
get rid of that 17.
So, moving forward, as
He
the
is very respectable.
night as the night progresses, you can hear the storm outside, winds kicking up, snow is dropping, and Anna, you sit up in bed,
What? 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 No.
and
Mm-mm.
you heard a voice calling
Oh,
in
like,
your sleep,
I don't love this for me. Hello?
and you feel very compelled to investigate it. It was Arundel's voice.
Oh.
And he was calling for help.
Oh, I go. Yeah,
And as you approach the door to the stairwell, you feel it again.
I follow. Yeah.
Down the stairs and to the front door of the garrison tower.
Mhm.
Again, that ping, that ask for help.
Yep.
To the gates you go.
Mhm.
And open the gates. It's night. The storm is raging.
Mhm.
It's very difficult to see very far. And as you go outside of the gate into the storm itself, you almost are afraid that you'll be lost, even this far from the garrison tower in the snow.
This was
But
perhaps
just-
not the best plan.
As you start to feel that you should turn back around, you see a shape coming out of the snow. And it is a man who
Wyatt?
is carrying somebody else in his arms. And he's staggering, and you can see that as he's carrying them, he's also touching something on his neck here, and he sees you. Anna, I need your help, please.
I rush up. Yeah.
And as you rush up to Wyatt, you can see that the snow was encrusted on him. He's obviously been walking for quite a while. You can look at his pants that he's wearing, and you can see where the snow is packed up around his boots. And as the wind whips what he is holding in his hands, the blanket moves back, and you see Ellie's face. And Wyatt looks at you, and he's like, "We need to get her inside."
Oh my good. Yes, come in quick. Yeah, I bring them in.
Bring them back into the storm, into the, I'm assuming, down to the dining room area in front of the large fire there.
Yeah.
Wyatt needs your help as he sets her down on the table, and you can see Ellie look up to you, and she smiles, and she's like, "Anna," and she reaches out for you. She's like, Wyatt brought me back. I was with the Hastings.
What?
And Wyatt sits down in the chair, and he can see he's just shivering by the fire. He's like, "I've never been so cold. I didn't expect it to take that much out of you."
Thank you so much. And I'm gonna rub Wyatt's shoulder, and I want to put in 15 points of lay on hands just to try and get him warm.
You put the 15 points into him, and you've never felt something so cold. And Wyatt smiles at you. He's like, I burned up the last of the looking glass to get her. My sources indicated where she would be, and I knew what she meant to you, and I knew that I couldn't be that for you, but I knew you needed that, and I brought her back. And as you're rubbing him, you hit something on his cloak, and it falls out of this cloak and onto the floor, and it is this small dart. And Wyatt is smiling up at you. He's like, you know that you don't have to follow your father's footsteps. Your friends, one needs you and he needs your protection. You don't have to be a spy master.
What's wrong? Did
And
you?
as you're watching him,
Why?
you can see that he begins to freeze. And
No.
the ice is creeping up
What?
past his chin, and as he's talking to you, you see a tear roll down and it begins to freeze on his cheek. And after a few moments, the motion stops completely.
As
and
as
he's
that's
solid.
happening, I'm just pouring every last bit of lay on hands, trying to get him to trying to get it to stop.
You drain the lay on hands, and it does nothing, but you do see that the last look he had at you is a smile, and he begins to drip, and slowly begins to melt into a puddle. And clothing that he wears just begins to collapse around that as it drains down. And Ellie looks back and she sits up. She's like, I don't even know who he was. What's happened?
It's really you?
It's you can be her. You can see that you know that she was injured the last time you saw her, and it does look like she may be paralyzed below the waist. But it seems to be her. She's been cleaned up. She's obviously been taken good care of. And she's like, I don't understand what's going on.
I've never seen your face in the light before.
Yes, I'm not trying to clean up a bit, but I mean.
No, I can't believe you're here. I can't believe you're alive.
Hastings, they had me with your siblings. And then when Mirwin departed, they kept me there. He didn't want to bother with me. But his father said it would be important to keep me there. Where are we?
We're in a tower. That's it's a little strange, but you'll love it. It's gonna be great. You'll see. I have some friends that I'd love I'd love to introduce you to. But I can't believe you're alive.
And she gives you a very long embrace. And it is very much the embrace that you would give a family member that you have not seen in so many ages. It is very much intense with emotion. And she doesn't seem to want to let you go, but realizes that at some point you have to separate there.
And I think as Anna reaches to embrace her, she's just trying to do it so gently.
She's like, I don't understand what happened to that man. She's like, what is happening?
I don't know either. But he
said he would take me to you, and I mean, when we came back, he walked through the storm for ages there. I don't know how long.
Oh, Wyatt.
He had me wrapped up. I was afraid that he was taking me, I'll be honest with you, to my death. I couldn't imagine it being worse than the Hastings, but I didn't know what was happening.
Well, I'm so glad you made it. And he was my best friend.
And at that point, her smile kind of drains away. She's like, "So sorry."
Oh,
I didn't mean to insult you.
No. I mean, middle of the night kidnapping, it's not a good look. But it is because I'm sorry. I'm just a little overwhelmed. I'm so glad to see you.
And as the two of them share some private time together, catching back up, the rest of you are upstairs sleeping, and the morning comes. You wake up, and Anna's not upstairs.
Oh, I think today's gonna be a good day.
Has anyone seen Anna?
No, but it's not uncommon for Anna to head down to the kitchens first thing in the morning.
That's very true.
I'm sure they're just gathering things.
We'll better go find her so we can get ready to set off.
I think that she would be, after getting Ellie settled in front of the fire, be walking up the stairs. Allie? Allie?
I can tell that she looks upset, so I'm gonna let the nickname slide. Yeah, Anna, what's wrong?
I'm so sorry. I tried everything that I could do, but
What did you break one of my potion balls? What's going on?
Wyatt arrived last night, and I don't know. I'm gonna hand out the dart. He was hit with this, and I tried.
Where is he?
He's dead.
What? Why did you call for us? We could have healed him.
He melted in front of my eyes.
I don't understand what you mean.
He froze and then melted.
And I cast detect magic on the dart.
There were residual traces on the dart.
This was viewed with some kind of magic. He's completely gone.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I tried.
Did you see who did this?
No. I found them in the storm.
Why was he coming here?
He was bringing my friend that I thought was dead. He died bringing her here.
That sounds like him.
It is just like him.
And I throw the dart on the ground. We're gonna find who did this.
Yes.
Do you think it's a concordance?
I would imagine, but the magic, I'm not sure. They don't seem the type to use it, but we're gonna find them.
They do like to burn people at the stake to do that kind of thing.
That's true. But we'll find them, and we'll make it right.
There's no way to make it right. To bring him back.
Yeah.
The thing we can do is get even.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to, but I'm looking around before the rest get downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I've been learning. Watch Yip Yip, something she was able to do.
Mm-hmm.
Transport herself, someone else, long distance. Get us inside.
Yeah.
If that's what we decide we want to do.
Yeah. Yes. Let's do that.
But the others aren't going to like it.
Do they need to know?
No. Because I can bring one person with me.
All right. Well, we'll add it to the list. Save the world. And avenge Wyatt.
As the rest of you are making your way down the stairs, Damon, you spotted. And the reason you spotted is you've seen these before. You've used these before. They are a delivery device for poisons. And the fact that it's just sitting here on the floor at the base of the stairs inside the garrison tower, you didn't drop it, makes you take a step backwards. You can see the rest of you that have come down that the Reverend and Anna are both very emotionally upset at this point. The Reverend has a fire in his eyes while Anna seems to be wrangling with some deep sadness.
I have some bad news. Wyatt has died, so.
What are you talking about?
Excuse me?
He arrived last night, and I relay the same details.
Can I pick up the dart?
That was it.
And is it ones that the Way specifically used? The Way used these.
I thought they were through. I thought this was over.
I don't know. I thought it was over too.
Well, we have a lead.
What lead?
The dart.
You're sure that that's from the Way? Once they use?
Yes, these are ones that we used all the time.
We? You know what that means then? It was me. I did this to him.
No. I'm the one who asked him to bring Ellie out.
Whatever's left of the Way, they're trying to hurt us in the only way that they know how. Killing the people that we love.
I'm sorry, who's Allie?
Allie.
My name. It's my name. Childhood nickname.
Oh, right, that's right.
Alaric is my name.
And then, Ellie. What a great transition. It's, and I would love for you all to meet her. She's actually the reason I can do what I can do. I thought she was dead.
Like she trained you?
No. No. But, she inspired me. I'll tell you the story later. But
Okay.
if you all and I'll lead them over to the fire and introduce Ellie to all of them.
So if you wish to make I'll let you stealth, given that it deals with your training. After listening to Anna's description of what happened with Arendelle, you can use that to deduce what poison.
I gotta do this right.
You got it.
My level 9 feature is called Poisoner. If you would like
If you
a consult.
I will let you roll with
Second opinion.
27.
Whoever did this had access to something that you had only heard of. You've never seen any of this used before. It's called Phrygia's Kiss, which is supposed to actually be blood from the dragon itself. And it is supposed to, when it is used in this format here, if it strikes a target, literally freezes it solid, turns it to liquid, turns it to water, and then of course, if you're out in the cold, well, you got a nice statue. If you're in warm temperatures, it would melt. But access to this is not something that would be common. You would actually have to have very unique supply. It's again something you had only heard mentioned of, worse than the burning sand.
Is it possible this is in any way related to Melisandre's?
Damon, if I could ask, did you share that information?
Not yet.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
It could be related to Melisandre's, but as we have seen, there is enough capability for evil parts of them.
It's called Phrygia's Kiss. It's I've only heard of it. I've never gotten to witness it, but only certain people got to use it.
Does this mean that Seth was not the highest in the...
I killed the highest in the Way. It was Falcor.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Are you sure that there wasn't someone that they was reported to?
I don't know. I never made it that far.
Vaughn's gonna walk over to Damon. Can I hold it?
And I'll give it to you.
Ever since we dealt with that beast in the zoo, I've been thinking about something that Thresh used to tell me. I don't know if this is going to work, but give me a moment. And you're just gonna like hold on to it and squeeze it so it's obviously not like poking or stabbing him. And just try to like focus in. And I'd like to use my 9th level ability, Grim Psychometry, to see if I get a flash of the past and see what took place and see who shot this dart.
Oh, interesting. Is there a roll or anything for that, or is it just work?
I have advantage on a history check, and if I roll sufficiently high enough as deemed by the DM, then I get a flash of the past as to what took place.
Good time.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Sounds so cool.
Oh yeah.
What's up, level up?
22.
22. All right. As you are focusing in on this item, your mind begins to pull back into a swirling, just snowflakes everywhere. Hard to see, but you're tracking somebody. You can see them in the distance there. You're following their footsteps. You've been following them for a while. As a matter of fact, almost a cat and mouse game in the snow here. And once they are almost inside of their destination, you pull out the blowgun, load in the dart, and you fire it off at the individual you're tracking. Looks to be a man in the snow. He's carrying something in his arms. And as you turn to look away, there's a slight reflection for just a brief moment on some ice, and you catch Rashira in the reflection.
Oh, I guess I gotta kill someone else's relative.
And here
you say
we end our episode for the evening. So do come back and join us again next week. New City of Granitegard. You'll see.
Dun, dun,
You take care of yourself and have yourself a wonderful week.